All right, so good evening, everyone. Today we're talking about chart patterns. Right, so basic chart patterns. So chart patterns usually form in the market. The cause they are basically price actions that form in the market. They are basically candles that forms a particular pattern in the market. Right. So due to the buy and sell order, the demand and supply, um, this market is all about demand and supply, right? So due to demand and supply, price action shows create the candlesticks create different I'm looking for my tool. Yeah. Price, the candlestick creates different charts, different movement, different chart patterns. So they are called patterns. So we have let me start with this. We have the double bottom and the double top. Then we have the triple bottom. We have one, two, three. We have the triple top. Have that's this. So then we have what do we have? We have the head and shoulder pattern. We have the head and shoulder pattern. Then we have what do we have? We have the part two. We have the flag, the bullish flag is something like this. Then we also have the bearish flag, which is just the inverse of that. Then down it goes. Then what do we have again? The pennant. We have the pennant, something like this. I think that's it. Yeah. So you have the pennant. So all this goes, that when the market is going, is that the market is going, is that the market is bullish or the market is bearish? So in some scenarios, you see that the market is bullish or it's bearish. So now for this, I think this is the spelling of pennant, Sabi. So now this is a bearish pennant. Bearish pennant. So now in this bearish pennant, this basically indicates price movement, right? Where price is potentially where you can enter from and where you can exit from in the market. This chart pattern gives you an idea of is you can use them as a strategy. Also, you can use them to identify the next move of the market, right? So now that's a this is a bearish pennant. Where is my mouse? No, what's wrong with my mouse? It's not working. Okay, let me use that on my PC. So now this is a flag. This is a flag pattern. This is a bearish flag pattern, right? So now if you're smart enough, you know that the market we have to types of the market, two trends of the market, two structures of the market. So it's either the market is bearish or is bullish. So now if you have a bearish flag pattern, if you're smart enough, you should know that you also have a bullish flag pattern. So in a bearish flag pattern, what is it indicating? It's indicating that market is bearish, and you're using that as entries or confirmation to enter the market, to short the market to the downside. So this is how a bearish flag pattern is. Market comes down, rallies, then breaks out to the downside. Then as a bearish flag pattern. Now, talked about a triple top. This is a triple top. Inverse of a triple top is a triple bottom. Understand? So now if this triple top, what is showing you, you see it, you mostly see it at what? Let's say a resistance zone. You have a triple top, market touch three times, then sells down. So on this triple top, sorry about that. On this triple top, what you will likely on this triple top, what you likely be looking for is sales. On the triple bottom, inverse of the triple top, what you likely be looking for is what? Looking for buys at the triple. That's the spelling of bottom. But in which way? You guys know what I'm talking about. So then we have double top and double bottom, which is over here. This is a double top, this is a double top, and this is a double bottom, right? So now in double bottom, you mostly sit in a demand zone, support zone. Then in a double top, you likely sit in resistance zone, right? So this is a double top, double top. This is a what? Double bottom. Then outside there, we have our what? Head and shoulder pattern. Head and shoulder pattern. So basically, why is this called a head and shoulder pattern? Why is this called a head and shoulder pattern? So if you can look closely, what we see here, you can see that we have what? The head. Then you have the what? The shoulders. That's the head. You have this is the right shoulder, right? And this is what the left shoulder over here. Left shoulder. So hence the name head and shoulder pattern. So now in the head and shoulder pattern, you can use it in a bullish or bearish trend dependent on the scenario. So let's say, for instance, market is, let's say, let me take this down. So now let's say market is bullish, is bearish. So we have the bearish market structure. We have this breakout structure to the downside, have a pullback. We have a pullback. Then we have a pullback to what? To a another block. You don't want to call it another block, you call it a resistance zone. So you have the resistance zone, you have your breakout structure here. The breakout structure here. You have a breakout structure there. Then what are you waiting for? You're waiting for markets to react at where? This zone, right? This demand zone, so that you can do what? You can likely buy, you can likely sell, sorry. So waiting for market to react at this zone to sell. So inside this zone now, what do you look for? You look for certain things. So in this zone, you might see this a head and shoulder pattern. So that this head and shoulder pattern, once you see the first sweep of this high, breaks close back down, the market forms the third shoulder. What you'll be waiting for, what you'll be looking for now is a retracement to this neckline. There's a neckline. This is a neckline here. Looking for a retracement. Okay, goes like this. Comes back to the neckline. Then you short. You take a sell position to take out to break structure again to the downside, which is over here. Right. So that's where your chart pattern comes in. So you take a short position from here down to break structure. Stop loss slightly above here. Most times we put your stop loss here. But if you use candlestick confirmation, you can minimize your stop loss, and with that you can get a 1:4 depending, right? So now this is the head and shoulder pattern. So basically I've showed you head and shoulder pattern, the flag pattern, the double bottom. Where is okay, hold on. Okay. So I'll show you the double top, the double bottom, the triple top, and the triple bottom over here. Then we have the flag pattern over here. Then we have the pennant. The pennant is something like this. This is it. So you have a line from here to here. Let me check one was here. So okay, sage. You have a line from here to here, and a line from here to here. So you have market form, touch these key points. You just see market respecting a particular. I'll show you how to identify this in a minute. This class won't take long. You have market touching this point, touches that point, touches this point, touches this point, touches this point, and then from boom, it sells. Right? So all these patterns they work. You can use them. This is a flag pattern, right? This is a bullish flag pattern. I told you if you have a bearish flag pattern, you have a bullish flag pattern. All this just works according to how the market flows. If the market is bearish, you look for a bearish flag pattern. If the market is bullish, you look for a bullish flag pattern. If the market is bearish, you're looking for a double top. If the market is bullish, you're looking for a double bottom, right? So this is basically a flag pattern. Why is a flag pattern? This is just like a pole. Then this is like a falling flag. Then looking like a breakout. So now mostly people wait for this break and retest. The break and retest is another strategy on its own. After you identify all these chart patterns, you wait for a break of the chart pattern, then a retest of the trend of the line, let's say the resistance line drawn, the chart pattern, then you take your trades. So this is basically how much we trade. That's the strategy. That's behind all of that. It's good to understand this is also an advanced basic. It's advanced, but it's also more of like a basic. So let me go to the chart and show you guys how this is. And see. All right. So now basically I'll show you all the chart patterns on this chart. I'll show you the double bottom, the double top, the triple bottom, the triple top, the head and shoulder pattern, inverse head and shoulder pattern. Then I'll show you the pennant, the bullish flag, and falling flag. I think I have a PDF. I think I have a PDF on that though, but I'll drop that PDF. I'll make sure that I drop that PDF. Let me go to someone's complaining that she has network issues. You have I'll drop this on the group chat. Sorry, on the drive link so that you can all access this. All right. Let me break down for 30 minutes. So most of this on different time frames, these patterns may vary, but they all mostly represent the same thing. Okay, so now let me show you what a flag pattern looks like. This, so remember I showed you a bullish flag pattern. Once I show any pattern, I'll take it off my list. I'll think I'll find a way to write them somewhere. So now let me start with flag patterns, right? So now this is what a flag pattern, a bullish flag pattern. Is it? So now what do you have here? In clear theory, what I showed you, what do you have? You have your pole, this is your long pole. The market comes work, does this, does this, and this, and this. All you expect, you have a breakout of the flag pattern, the retest, break and retest, then you buy. So this is your flag pattern, right? This is your flag pattern. So after the break and retest, where should I, from what I illustrated, where am I entering from? If I'm using confirmation, like a candlestick pattern. So I've been here, put my SL where below, then go in. What am I targeting? I'm targeting 1 is to 3. So invariably I've gotten 1 is to 3 here and hit TP straight off. So now this is a bullish flag pattern. So now when you be finding a bullish flag pattern from the name, hence the name bullish flag pattern, you'll be looking for it where in a bullish market. Looking for where in a bullish market. Same if I should flip this chart upside down. If I should flip this chart upside down, you see that this is from a bullish flag pattern, this guy has turned to a bearish flag pattern. Bearish flag pattern. Why? Because markets now, in this case scenario, market is looking bearish. Then you have your pole, you have a pole from here, holding the flag. Then market does this, does that, still respecting this. You have a breakout, a retest of this line. What do you have? A sell to the downside. In fact, market even continue pushing down over there. The market even continue pushing downwards. Can you see it? So literally, this is like a bearish flag pattern. Now, let me still show you something else. I'm talking about the double bottom. This is a double bottom. Remember what I drew and showed you. Market did this, came down, created one yash, created the second leg, and that's what I drew. So from everything, it's just basic. From what, if you go back and check the chart, see double bottom. All right, so here, it's a double bottom. So if you flip this chart back to its normal state, see now this guy now is a double top. This is okay, yeah. This is a double top now. So now, if you understand trend, you understand what I thought about trend, thought about market structure. Now, where would you be looking for a double top? Looking for it in a what? A bearish market, so that market will now come to that top and sell. And if you check this, once market created this double top, what do you do? See, sold massively. All this is there's no rocket science. It's simple. Market just sold massively from here. If you use your engulfing as your entry, draw, say targeting 1 is to 3, it's even more than 1 is to 3. This 1 is to 5 self. So imagine you risk $10 here, you're getting $50 back. So it's just simple. You short the market, you enter a sell position, market goes down, and they'll be like, your trading is a scam or this or that or this. There are most times, yeah, in some cases, in some scenarios, market doesn't really respect it, but you have a higher chance than sporty bet. At least you know that this system works. Do you understand? I showed you double top, double, but I've showed you flag. Let me show you what again. Pennant. That pennant. It's more like we gonna be somewhere here. A pennant is quite rare, but if it happens, it happens. That pennant, if you see it, it's mostly it wants to look like a flag pattern, but at the same time. Okay, no, not here. This one's not that clean. Now, the same thing for a triple. Okay, I'll give you guys an assignment to find a triple bottom and a triple top. Simple. I've just seen something else. What from here, I don't know if you're with me, but from here, what can you see here? What can you just see there? If you're paying attention, you can see your head and shoulder pattern now. This is your head. This is your two shoulders over here. See your two shoulders from here to here. From here to here, your two shoulders. So this is your head. Mhm. Like this. That's your head. This is your shoulder. Can you hear me? Oh, oh, okay. I have somebody here. I was only talking to myself. So you have a shoulder here, I have a shoulder here. So what are you looking for? You're looking for the retest of the neckline. Where is the neckline? This is the neckline. This neckline. Looking for a retest of that neckline. And where did the retest happen? The retest happened here. The retest happened there. So with that, where you buy, you're looking for your engulfing. I mostly use engulfing for my entry. Looking for my engulfing here. You look closely, you can see an engulfing there. Keep my SL below the engulfing. What am I targeting? 1:3. And if you look at the market even did more than one. See where market buy go reach. All this is not rocket science. I tell people it's simple. If you understand what happens, you can see it there. It's not rocket science. Market buy. So this is around 1:5. Or this even let's be realistic. This 1:6. Maybe you look $10, you're getting $60 back. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. I've showed you this head and shoulder pattern, bullish head and shoulder pattern, right? You want to all these terms, don't let it confuse you. Bullish head and shoulder pattern is when you see a head and shoulder pattern in a bullish market respecting the bullish trend. Like now you've seen the head down, like now you've seen the head down, you've seen the shoulders in a let me just write it down. Set up recording. Bullish head and shoulder pattern. So now you flip this guy upside down. You see that this is a bearish head and shoulder pattern. This is the head, this is the shoulder pattern. The test. So now you call it a bearish head and shoulder pattern. Still the same logic. It has to break the neck. This is the neckline. It has to break the neckline. We test it, find your involvement, and you short, you sell. Market will sell. Market, except you're not following the trend, market will not sell. But if you're following the trend, you have identified the trend and it follows with the trend, market will move. If the market doesn't move, is let's say manipulations on news or whatever. But most of the time, if your analysis is right, sometimes news hits me like you see the trades I took, like the EOJ people the last trade I took that hit at SL. If my analysis was right, market would have favored it. All this is just it's simple, it's not rocket science. So with this, please, if you're joining, mute yourself. So with this head and shoulder, I've showed you head and shoulder. With this alone, you can make with the market. So why again, which should I check pattern? Let me look for pennants. I'll show you double bottom, double top. I've showed you flag pattern. I've showed you head and shoulder pattern, bullish and bearish head and shoulder pattern. But what else? I'm looking for pennants now. Let me flip the chart back. Look for pennants. So mind you, when you're looking for all these patterns, you need to firstly, okay, I'll teach you guys putting it all together. That's on Tuesday. How to put everything back together and trade them as a system, as a strategy, as an edge. I also show you what I use, what I trade with. Right. So, okay, this one to do. If you can look closely, self again, I've seen an half pattern. It's a pattern I showed you before. What have you seen here? Flag pattern. Simply, you see a long pole. This is a long pole. Market will do this, go up, come down. We do this rally, usually. Last, it will break, go down. It's exactly what I drew for you. You've seen it. It's not rocket science. It's not graphics design. See, this is it. Kindly note how I'm marking them out. Then this. I understand that these points need to touch. These points. See that point. This 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 point. You have a long pole. See the long pole. Now, what are you looking for? The break and retest. Where the break and retest happened, it happened here. It happened there. See the long pole we have over here. Hold on. See the long pole we have from here down here. This is a pole, then this is your flag. You're waiting for the break and retest. After the break and retest, what are you looking for? You're looking for your what? Your engulfing. Your bearish engulfing. If you check here, what do you see? See a bearish engulfing. For a bearish flag pattern, you look for a bearish engulfing. See where market deep going. Keep your SL below the engulfing. This one is to five again. What are you looking for again? One is to five. Hit TP. Hit TP. Though markets came back and was still rallying. The market dipped a little further. All going back. So if we are even talking about pennant itself, the pennant, I rarely use pennants, but if you're talking about pennant, this is mostly like this is it. And mind you, for you to be able to understand this, recognize these chart patterns, you also need to study them. You also need to, okay, sorry, that's for a triangle pattern. This is mostly like a pennant, but this one market didn't. As market broke out, you're supposed to wait for a retest, then you sell. The retest happened inside. It happened inside sit here. This retest happened inside this zone, which is not supposed to be so. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to retest on this line, this particular line here. It's supposed to retest on this line. So in cases like this, you will not take it, knowing fully well that if you take it, market will hit your SL. But this is mostly like how a pennant looks like. So think I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you guys an assignment to identify. Firstly, there's something I haven't showed you guys. What again? I showed you head and shoulder pattern. What chart pattern I haven't showed? Triple bottom, triple top. Triple bottom, triple top. Mostly it happens, but in rare cases, let me check. Let me go to the higher time frame. In rare cases, it happens in rare cases like they rarely happen, but if it happens, it will deliver. From here, sir, what can you even see? I showed you guys head and shoulder pattern. But here again, what can you see over here? See a bullish head and shoulder pattern here now. Bullish head and shoulder pattern. What do you have here? You have your head, you have the shoulder, you have another what? Another shoulder over here. Then what are you looking for? Looking for the neckline. This is the neckline. Now in this case now, in this scenario, what the market do? Market broke and pulled back into the neckline. This is the neckline here. Market broke, pull back inside the neckline. This is what it did. Went up. Instead of to pull back from here and go up, you pull back inside before going up. In this scenario now, what will you do? You wait for it to build up and break above here. Once it breaks above here, what you do, you break down and look for engulfing somewhere around here. You have engulfing. Put your SL below the engulfing. And what do you have? Let's say you want to drag it to this high. That's 1:5. But I tell people always aim for 1:3. That's what I do now. 1:3. You're okay, reach $10, get $30, and you're done. You're done for the day. So the assignment is going to be this. You guys are going to go and look for triple bottom, triple top, triple bottom, triple top. In fact, all the chart patterns I have showed you guys today, you're going to go and mark all of them out and find them in the chat. Mark them, post it on the group chat. Let me go back to somebody's mic is on. Please mute yourself. Behind it, to thank God. Please mute yourself. Okay. Uh, this yeah. I will send it somewhere. What was I using before now? Mm, okay. I remember the chart where I drew all those stops, but I can pick all those chart patterns, find them. Let me look for one. You can see from here, so you can even see plenty things. I don't see many things here. From this chart alone, I can see a lot of chart patterns. So I was supposed to show, I've showed you pennants. I'm not showing you. Yes, you're going to find bullish and bearish triangle pattern. I haven't shown triangle pattern. So from what I have drawn for the diagram I drew, you should expect what this is how it's supposed to look like. Sorry, triangle pattern, yeah. So it's supposed to look like. Hmm, let's go to the upside, yeah. This is what it's supposed to look like. Then you have your this demand zone, then you have your this triangle pattern. So mostly it's always looking like a triangle. So something like this. Mostly it looks like the pennant. So you go to the chart, identify on five currency pairs, five different currency pairs, identify what, look for your bullish triangle pattern, look for your bearish triangle pattern. Any time frame of your choosing, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes of your choosing, and you let me know, right? Any time frame of your choosing. So you look for your flag, you look for your flag pattern, you look for your triangle pattern, you look for your double bottom and double top and your triple bottom. Right. So with this, we have come to the end of our class. I'll show you guys all about chart patterns, and in the last class that will be on Tuesday, I'll show you guys. I've already showed you here how to use them, how to utilize some of them. But basically, I don't trade them again. I used to trade them then when I started trading. But I'll show you guys what I trade now and what I'll be posting on the Telegram channel so you guys can understand how I've been trading. So with this, I know you guys have fully understood everything. So any questions you have, you can DM me for further explanations. I'll reply you. But these days I've been very busy. I won't lie, but I'll reply you. So have a good night and take care of you. All right. Bye bye.